Peace and love, family. Just wanted to share with y'all a little story about maybe I'll share a story or a few about some monks and yogis and saints and spiritual gurus, and just to show y'all, I guess, open up you guys' realm and reality to what, the true human body capabilities are. Stuff is real life, not just, jokes and stories and folk tales or whatever. So I recommend another one of the books y'all read is Life of a Yogi, I believe. And this is about a yogi who went and met other yogis and saints and avatars and, sages and saints and whatnot. But he just told his journey and tracked his story or whatever, and told about the, about the lives of other, gurus and yogis. So one story was when he was young, he was trying to, he said, freak it, we all spiritual, about 12 years old, I think. And he was like, all right, the author was like, all right, I'm going to go and I want to go to the Himalayas and, and reach enlightenment, And they went to go meditate and meet their spiritual gurus. They wanted to sit in the caves and sit in meditation and get all their powers back and everything and attain, enlightenment and have their gurus and sages and, spiritual teachers manifest in the cave, to guide them and stuff like that. So they're just on their spiritual journey. So they said, all right, we got him and a few of his friends, I think it was one or two of them, they were like, all right, we're going to catch the train and we're going to leave town and we're going to go to the Himalayas or whatever. And so they were out at the train station, and one of his older brother kind of had the drop on him. He kind of been seeing how they were moving lately, and I'm remembering now what they did was they're out in I think around like India, Middle East, and they were young kids or whatever. So what they did was they dressed up in a bunch of English clothing, so they didn't stick out as some little raggedy little Indian kids or whatever dressed like regular. They'd be like, who are these little kids? So getting on a train, if they looked like they had some established English clothing on, I guess they would kind of fit in with all the other people dressed like that, I guess. So they went out and bought some clothes like that, and I guess the brother probably seen in his closet was on to him, saw him moving secretly. You know how your siblings be, they know when something's going on. So his brother told, and a security guard stopped him at the train station and didn't let him get on. He was like, nah, I'm gonna hold y'all here, until your brother gets here. So while they were waiting at the train station, I think the author was like, all right, forget it, we're gonna book it, we're gonna truck it. And they took off and left, and they hit the forest, and they ran off in the forest, right? And then the security guard, I think it was two security guards, went and tried to find him in the forest. And when they were looking for him, they ended up finding a guru that was sitting there, like a yogi that was sitting there in meditation. And the yogi that was in meditation saw them, got up and started walking off. And they were like, hey, stop. The two security guards told him, hey, stop, and he didn't stop. He kept walking. Then they ran up. They didn't have guns out there, I guess. And this is in like the early 1800s, I think the late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. So they didn't have guns, they had machetes. So they went and they chopped the yogi's arm off, Dead ass, this is exactly what happened after. He had his back turned, he kept walking. He said, sir, stop walking. And he kept walking. And he was like, when they told him stop walking, he kept walking, didn't even turn around. He said, I'm not the person you're looking for. They chopped his arm off. And then he turned around, and he was like, I I know y'all are looking for somebody, but I'm not the person you're looking for. And when he was sitting there just talking to him calmly, that's when they realized, like, oh, this isn't the murder. Yeah, they were trying to find a murderer in the forest. They were trying to find the kids too. Oh no, yeah, I think this was just a random story. Yeah, the kids didn't take off, I don't think. They were at the train station, but I think the security guards, when they found out that the kids were trying to sneak off to reach enlightenment, he told them, oh, okay, yeah, you trying to be like these great saints and yogis? Let me tell you a story about it. So they stopped, they chopped his arm off, he turned around and said, I'm not the person you're looking for, while he's just bleeding out. They said, oh, they immediately dropped to their knees and started, praying. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, And they were like, oh, we realized you're a great, yogi and you're not the murderer we're looking for. He said they felt extremely bad. They were like, fuck, we just chopped his arm off, and he was just minding his business. And he's not even mad at us right now. So the yogi was like, all right, there's a tree down yonder, not too far from here. He was like, come back tomorrow to that tree and you won't feel bad. The security guards literally tell me, this is real life, security guard said, I came back the next day and the yogi's arm was grew back. And he said, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't mean to do it. You didn't know who I was. You thought I was the murderer. You were just doing your job. No sweat, no biggie. Don't trip. And the dude was just freaking out like, oh my God, So, yeah, that's how that go. This is real life. These are the human capabilities of the body. You know what I'm saying? Supernatural capabilities. And what it is if you understand the deeper science behind it, everything is energy, everything is light. And when you learn, get into deep spiritual, meditation and and you attain certain spiritual levels and with your, your energy body, and once it grows and it hits a certain level and you get these abilities back, all it really is you learning how to manipulate light. That's how you can, do pretty much everything, biolocates, be in multiple places at one time, because you learn how to manipulate those light, particles and, condense them or expand them at will in certain energy frequencies. You learn how to, manipulate the different light frequencies, energy frequencies to do certain things that seem magical or miraculous. It's just science. It's 1 + 1 is going to be 2. There's, plenty stories of, all these yogis doing bilocation and stuff. I'll probably do another video for another story. This one's, long enough. But yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. Love y'all. Peace.